Hello everybody, so first things first, I took note of all of your suggestions on what I could do to improve my background. Nothing is permanent really except for the wall color, so let me know what you think. I really make these videos for you guys, so I want to do the best that I can for you. So anyway, moving on, I asked you guys on Instagram what video you'd like to see next, and the majority of you said an inventory, which was kind of surprising, honestly, because I just finished doing an Instagram inventory where I took pictures of the general categories of my collection. So just to get this out of the way first, this is an inventory video, by the numbers kind of video. It is not a makeup collection, it's not a makeup storage video. So if you came here expecting to see how I have things set up or to see specific products, this is not the video for you. So just so you know that right up front, this is not what that is. I will include the pictures I took for my Instagram, but they're just like general pictures and there's nothing like close up and not everything's specific. I didn't like take pictures of every single item, and some categories I have quite a few items. So anyway, I know I've had quite a few people requesting to see how I do store my makeup and what my storage is like. As I've said many times before, I'm not really happy with it. It's a work in progress, and honestly right now it's catered more towards my project pans, as in I have like little baskets and stuff for my project pans in different spots, and the rest of my makeup is kind of just tucked away so that I'm not really tempted to use it when I'm doing my project pan stuff, because the project pan stuff is what I reach for day to day, and then my other makeup collection is what I would reach for when I'm like filming a video or something. So that's why I set it up that way, and it's not something that I really just want to show off. So I'm going to go through the numbers, and if I have a specific goal or just something in mind that I want to accomplish in terms of decreasing numbers, I will mention that too. So now that we've gotten all that out of the way, let's begin. So I'm going to go through the categories as I posted them on Instagram, and the first one is eyeshadow primers. I have 3. I'm hoping to pan 2 that I'm not planning on repurchasing at this time, and 1 that is my ride or die holy grail. That's the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in original. So I'll probably end up panning all 3 of them. The Urban Decay product will probably be featured in an upcoming project just because it's something that I use daily and I really love. So for face primers, I have 14 full sizes. Holy grails you've probably heard of before, the Makeup Forever Hydrating Primer and the Korres Mattifying Primer, which I'm so happy that I have in my life again. I really love face primers though, but in an ideal world, I'd probably only have about 5 or 6 full sizes that I really love. I have 14 deluxe sized face primers. In an ideal makeup collection world, I'd like to have 0 deluxe size primers. So for concealers, I have 15 full sizes and 2 deluxe sizes, and I am considering a concealer palette as one item. I generally counted some stuff like that as one item as opposed to like counting individual pans. I don't know, I don't really consider something finished until I finish the whole thing. So I kind of count things like one item. People might do it differently, but that's just how I do it. I don't want to have any deluxe sizes for starters. I think I've mentioned this as many times. I haven't mentioned it yet in this video, but I will just do a blanket statement. I do not want to have any more deluxe size products. They're fun for trying things out, but I just have way too many, and I really want to have a collection that I can like display proudly, and I just don't like deluxe size packaging. I just like the look of full size products. So in general, no deluxe size makeup products. And concealer, I mean, I don't need 15 full sizes, it's crazy. I like having the concealer palette because it has a couple of different shades, and I would really like one good concealer for using underneath the eyes, and then a couple of different concealers in different textures for like spot concealing and stuff. So really, I probably need to cut my concealer stash in half. I have 2 foundation lighteners right now. Both are full size, both are white. One is just a regular formula. I don't even know how to describe it. It just doesn't really change the texture of your foundation at all. And then Makeup Forever one is oil-based. Okay, so for foundations, I broke it up between high-end foundations and drugstore foundations, simply because I have a harder time finding a match when it comes to drugstore foundation, and really all of my drugstore foundations right now are just not good color matches for me. I know that there have been more things that have come out recently. I haven't really ventured to the drugstore in terms of buying foundation in a very long time. So I broke it up in that way because I really want to get rid of like all of my drugstore foundations. And then I do have way too many full size though. I have 12 full size high-end foundations, a whole bunch of different things. I would not be happy with just 1 or 2 foundations. I like to have a bunch, but 12 is too much. Realistically, I know that. So probably more around like 6 or 7 would be good for me. And again, this is just like what's ideal for me, what I feel like right now. I'm not trying to like have a minimalist collection or anything like that. I just want to have a more manageable collection of stuff that I really love, that works for me, and that I like to reach for. So I have 11 drugstore foundations, BB creams. Again, too many. Right now, I want to get rid of all of these, and then I will see if I want to purchase any or try any different new things that have come out of the drugstore at a later time. So So for face powders, and in this picture there's actually a cream foundation. I don't even know how to categorize a cream foundation because I would never really just use a cream foundation on its own. Generally, I would probably layer it with something. The Cover FX one that I got for super cheap, and I really have only used it a couple times. Liked it so far, but haven't really tested it out properly. So for face powders, I have 9 full sizes and 9 deluxe sizes. I would like to get down to maybe 3 full sizes, like a loose translucent powder, a pressed translucent powder, and then like a pressed like almost foundation type, something that's a little heavier so I can get like a more full coverage. So for all-in-one face palettes, I have 4 here. One of them is a custom palette though, my MAC one, and that's really the only one that I want to have because it has shades that I picked out myself that I really like, and it's a palette that I can use for contouring, for highlighting, and for blush, although the highlight is not really like that strong of a face highlight. It's something that I would use underneath the eye area. But I really do like that palette. It's a great all-in-one. The other 3 don't really work that well for me. They're kind of those weird orangey bronzers that just like, who does that look good on? And like really hot pink blushes. I don't know who comes up with those things. They all kind of look the same. But so the one custom all-in-one face palette is really all that I would need. So for blushes, I have 52 pans of blushes, which is a little much maybe for me personally. But again, I'm a variety person. I love makeup, so I probably would still have somewhere in the neighborhood of like 25 or 30, just because that's how I roll. I like every possible finish and color, and it really does make a difference. Some people are like, oh, if you put it on, it's gonna look the same. It does not look the same. There's different undertones, there's different finishes, a matte blush and a satin blush, and like something that's a little bit more shimmery, and something that's cooler undertone, and something that's warmer. I like to have a little bit of everything because then I always have something to reach for. So I have a lot of very similar shades though. That's also sort of my problem. I get drawn to certain things, and I've noticed some gaps. Like when I was doing my inventory, that's also the bad thing, is that I've noticed things that I don't have and things that I want to have. And that I'm not gonna buy any of those things right now. We're gonna try. I am in makeup rehab, but yeah, 52, too much. Let's like cut that in half. I have 10 deluxe sizes of blushes. Again, would like to get to 0. So for highlighters, I have 21 full sizes. Again, it's too much for me personally, but I do like a few different kinds of highlighters. I really would be happy with probably 10. I have 12 deluxe size highlighters, would like to have 0. So bronzing and contouring powders, I kind of put them together because I really don't have many of either. I have 7 full sizes, including a contour kit, the Kat Von D Shade M Light. And so out of those 7 full size things, I would probably really only need to have 2. I have 8 deluxe sizes, would like to have 0. Mascaras, I have 14 deluxe sizes and 4 full sizes, like 5 or 6 full size mascaras, but like different types and different colors. Like I would like to have a lash primer, and then like a black mascara, and a waterproof mascara, and a brown mascara, and a blue mascara. Like I like to have a couple different options. I'm not a person who's trying to be a minimalist, and this is for me. So it might be too much for you. You might think that I'm like really getting rid of a lot, but this is just my opinions and my thoughts. So it might not work for you. I'm just telling you guys what I think and what like I'm hoping to work towards. For brow products, I have 13 full sizes and 3 deluxe sizes. So I'd probably want to get down to about 7 or 8 full size brow products, just a few different things like dip brow and a brow powder and a brow pencil and a clear brow mascara, etc., etc. Just stuff like that to have a few different options depending on what I'm attempting to do with my brows. So in general, you will see pretty common theme here that I'm hoping to just sort of like half my collection, at least right now. And then once I would get to that point, I would reevaluate again and see if I wanted more or if I wanted less. So for eyeshadow crayons and cream shadows, I have 21 full sizes and 2 deluxe sizes. So I really like to have about 10 or so in different colors because I like to use cream shadows as bases for different looks. So I would just have like a variety of like gold and silver and bronze and that kind of stuff. So for loose powder, glitter, and pigments, I have 13 full sizes and 9 deluxe sizes. This is probably the only category that I'd be happy having deluxe sizes with, because have you ever seen like a deluxe size pigment, like even those little MAC ones? Like you're gonna have that for years. So I want to try and use through some of this stuff and use it up a little bit more, but I don't necessarily have a specific goal here. I just want to use up ones I'm not using, and I do like to have lots of glitters and stuff because sometimes they can just add a little bit of something, and there are so many different varieties that it's really hard to just narrow down this category for me right now. So for full-size eyeshadows, I categorize them a little bit differently than I think other people do, but it's just how I roll. I have like singles, duos, trios, quads, like anything smaller than a mini palette, which would be something like the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette, something like that. I just sort of lump all together because I don't really have a whole lot of things that are like bigger than a single. Like I might have like a handful, and I just don't really feel like it's worth separating it that much, and I don't really reach for those things that much anyway, so I really just kind of want to get rid of them. I don't like duos and trios and that kind of stuff. I just tend to reach for singles or large palettes, or like, well, mini palettes in general. So I have 47 of those. That's not including ColourPop. ColourPop is to come, so I don't have a particular goal. I definitely want to use up the ones that I'm not using though. I have 12 deluxe size eyeshadows. I would like to use all those up. I have 38 ColourPop Super Shock shadows, which is crazy, but I became a little ColourPop obsessed near the end of 2016. You guys might know that. And so I bought a lot. I really do like ColourPop formulas, especially the mattes and the satins. Not really planning to repurchase anything at this exact moment in time. That might very well change. So I have 7 pots of full-size eyeliners. I don't really use pot eyeliners that much, but I like to have a couple of them just for those odd occasions, but I don't need 7. I mean, I probably need like maybe 3 in different colors. For liquid eyeliners, I have 4 deluxe sizes and 14 full sizes. Really only need maybe about 10, again, different colors. So for full size or formerly full size pencil eyeliners, I have 71, which is just ridiculous. I have way too many black and brown eyeliners. I don't know how I kept getting them. I think a lot of them even came in sets, even though they're full sizes, but I have way too many black and brown, and I don't need 71 for sure. I have 36 deluxe sizes, and I would like to use all of those up. I have quite a bit of eyeliner, as you can see, those like pencil eyeliners. I have over 100. So I have 8 like Z palette type palettes. I didn't really know how to categorize this. A lot of people were telling me just to count it as like my single shadows, but some of them are depotted palettes and some of them are singles and some of them, I don't know, it didn't seem right to kind of categorize things that I would have categorized as one item as many items, because I depotted things like my Naked 2 palette, the Anastasia Artist palette. So I didn't know how to categorize it except for creating its own category. So I have 8 palettes that have depotted or singles in it. It's quite a bit of stuff and quite a bit of similarities, although honestly the palettes that I have stuff that I've depotted, I would like to get rid of pretty much all of that stuff. I just don't really reach for that stuff anymore. So I definitely, over 2017, I want to see if I can hit pan on a bunch of those shades. I have 15 small eyeshadow palettes, which, if you can see from the picture, include things like the Urban Decay Naked 2 Basics, the Lime Crime Venus palette, the Urban Decay Pulp Fiction, the MAC Burgundy x9, which is my pan that palette this year. I do have a separate video dedicated to my palette collection. So I will have that linked down below. You guys can go check that out because I have currently 23 large palettes. At the time when I posted like just a collage picture on my Instagram, I said I had 21, but I actually forgot to count one at that time, and I just got another one. I got the Kylie Cosmetics Holiday palette as a late Christmas present, so that pushes me to 23 full-size eyeshadow palettes. So the other palettes that aren't in that palette collection video that I got afterwards are the Urban Decay After Dark palette and the Mario palette from Anastasia. Lip balms. This is crazy to me. I have 18 full sizes and 6 deluxe sizes. I swear I give them as like gifts all the time. I don't use lip balms that often, but I do like to have a couple, so I probably only want to have like 3 or 4. Lip glosses. I have 12 full sizes and 21 deluxe sizes. I definitely do not use lip glosses that often. Like there's probably like 2 or 3 that I would reach for on a semi-regular basis. For lip liners, I have 38 full sizes and 4 deluxe sizes, which is crazy, but I'd probably want to cut that in about half again and just have a bunch of different shades for different lip colors. All right, so the lipsticks. This is intense. So for full-size traditional lipsticks, which I consider to be like those bullet lipsticks, like a MAC lipstick, I have 84. That's full-size bullet lipsticks, 84. That's just not, I don't need 84. I don't really have a particular goal in mind though, but I definitely know I do not need 84. I have 35 deluxe sizes of those traditional bullet type lipsticks, and I don't want to have any deluxe sizes. I have these lip crayons, as I wasn't really sure what to call them because the lippy sticks from ColourPop Cosmetics are kind of like in their own world, but I thought they were similar enough to some of the other lip crayons I had, so I put them all together. They're full size as well, and I have 37. Don't need 37, but again, I don't have particular goals in mind. And I have 20 deluxe sizes of those lip crayons, and I'd like to have 0. Okay, so deluxe size liquid lipsticks. As of the time I posted this, I had 25, but then I got a belated Christmas present. I did get a couple of those, and I got the NYX Liquid Suede Vault, which has 24 mini of those liquid lipsticks. So I have 49 deluxe size liquid lipsticks right now. And for full-size liquid lipsticks, okay, so I separated my Instagram posts into 2 pictures because I have so many of them. I have 77 full-size liquid lipsticks total. I have a lot of nude lipsticks that look kind of similar, and they aren't. They are not the same, although they might look it. And then I have a variety of like darker weird things, and then some things that are like dark brown, like darker neutral shades, black. I like to have a variety of liquid lipsticks, and I've been more into liquid lipsticks than traditional lipsticks right now, but I do know that liquid lipsticks don't last as long. Anyway, I know there was like a lot of justifying in this, but I just thought I wanted to make it clear that this is about my makeup inventory and my goals right now, not anybody else's goals, and I'm not trying to like compare myself to anyone else, and I don't want you to compare yourself to me, because what works for me might not work for you, and that kind of goes both ways in terms of if you think I have too much or if you think I don't really have that much. So I'm not trying to enable you by saying like, look how much I have, you can have more, but I'm also, and I don't want to make you feel bad by being like, look, I have so much. You know, I'm not trying to show off or anything like that. This has been stuff that I've been accumulating for years. It might be crazy to some, but that's it. That's all I have to say. So that's my makeup inventory by the numbers. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below. I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope I see you in my next video. Bye.